everyone, it is your boy Jack here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey, or Birds of Prey in the Emancipation of One Miss Harley Quinn, whichever title you want to go by. But yeah, you know, the movie that made me, or you probably don't know, but it's a movie that made me realize I got mad respect for the costume designers of this film, because like, oh my gosh, there were so many costumes, so many designs just for Harley Quinn alone. Then you add it on all the other characters, like, yo, like seriously, like, I don't know how they got all the costumes done and like looking that perfect, because like, it's amazing. But besides that in this video, I'm going to be talking about the pros and the cons of this movie as well. I'm going to be talking about why I think it sort of failed at the box office, or didn't do as well as expected, I'll say that. So yeah, besides that though, the film is directed by Cathy Yan, who directed Dead Pigs in 2018. The Margot Robbie, Miss Harley Quinn herself, helped produce this film, and the Rotten Tomatoes rating is 79%. As of researching this video, which was around February 12th, 2020. Now let's talk about what I liked about this film. So, the pros for this film, Harley Quinn and her, like, the narration and the characterization, I found was actually a bit of a pro. For me, at least, it felt like Suicide Squad sort of structure done better. Not done amazingly, but done better, for sure. And I say all of this because it's like, it's just structured better, it's done better, it's well thought out, and it's not like conflicting narratives and everything like that. I really like how I really love the character of Harley Quinn. I love how they really developed her in this film. I think it was just really well done, and I think they have a really great understanding of who Harley Quinn is and how her, like, sort of who she is, why she sort of lives this life, and like sort of growing past the Joker and everything, and what would that mean for that character and everything. So yeah, I really like that. Another pro here, I mentioned it just probably about a couple minutes ago, the costume design is amazing. It's on point. Like, from the simplest ones, like the gold overalls, to the caution tape sort of shirt jacket that she had, that's all like sort of confetti and everything. That was sick. I love that. The police station costume design, like, that whole sequence there was just phenomenal alone, and then you add on to the fact the costume design and how it sort of progresses and everything. But probably my favorite outfit would probably be the last outfit in the film, with the blue suit and everything, with all the little like trinkets and designs on it. Amazing, I love that. It's just so great to see some really great detail and some sort of like bougie extraness that sort of helps describe this character so well and everything, and sort of her progression from like sort of being on her own to being her own boss lady. So yeah, besides that, set design's amazing for the film. I really liked it. It's not something that you go into a lot more detail about. Like, it's not like, oh, it's so detailed and stuff. No, it's just like, it's interesting seeing like sort of like the visual designs of the CGI, or the visual designs of some of the sets and stuff, like especially that last funhouse like fight scene and everything was really good, was really cool. I like that. I think it's just sort of smart, and I think it was just really well done in that aspect. Like sort of planning out fight scenes and stuff. The music was really good. Like, when I was watching the movie, the music fit in with the actual like movie in itself and everything, and I like that. Like, I like it too, because I feel like in modern sort of modern cinema and everything, with like the music that's there, and like it's harder to find music that fits into a specific sequence, and when it's done right, having like a sort of modern music that's like sort of a bit more of like a electronic hip hop, or like even rap to a certain extent, finding songs that fit into a movie with that, and it's not just an orchestral score, it's done really well. It just gets me excited. Like, there's this one movie that does it really right. I forget what it's called, and I just watched it, and it has this great soundtrack. You should definitely watch that too. But I'll put it, or Booksmart, that's the name of it. Booksmart is a great example of that as well. But but Birds of Prey does that really well as well, because it has this like, it knows that it needs to like really pump you up. It needs to like get that score going, and like with all the music and stuff, it just needs to pump you up, get you going, get you amped and everything. Because there's so many fight scenes in this film that like with these hip hop songs, you get pumped, you get going and everything. You're just like cool. Like it sort of helps really bring the energy of the film itself. Like I was sort of vibing along with some of the songs, some of the sequences and everything. I liked that. I thought it was really good. Cinematography and the visuals are also amazing. They're stunning. A lot of the fight sequences have these really great visuals, or the cinematography is just awesome and it's insane. I like it. I think it's just really cool. Probably like one of my favorite sort of sequences with the fights or whatever is just sort of like, or like sort of cinematography sequences would probably be the sort of jail or the police station fight and everything. I thought that was really cool. The visuals were really great there. And like I think that's just what is so great about this movie, is it just knows it needs to be colorful, and like it's just sort of awesome in that way. So yeah. Also, I gotta shout out Brucey the hyena. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I'm like dying every time he's in the scenes. It's just like he's such a cute little like medium-sized hyena, and it's just like he just provides that sort of comic relief in the scene, because like at least I could look at him and be like, oh my gosh, he's adorable. Let me not pay attention to the dialogue, but just understand what's going on in the next scene. But yeah, like the hyena is just freaking adorable. I love that it's called Brucey. I'm hoping that there's a bit more of a backstory to that. But moving forward to the next point here, what I disliked about the film. Hopefully there isn't as much, but yeah. What I disliked about the film is really it being a Harley-centric film. I know this originally in concept was supposed to be a Gotham City Sirens film with like potentially like Poison Ivy and another female character. I forget her name. But it's supposed to be like a sort of Gotham City Sirens type thing. Then they flipped it, so now it's Birds of Prey. And I feel like this is such a Harley-centric movie. It takes so much away from that. Like I wish, or like it takes away from the Birds of Prey aspect of it. Like it's sort of funny that like they changed the sort of word, like the search term title to Birds of Prey, or like to Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, like because it sort of shows that her name has a bit more value rather than Birds of Prey itself. If you get what I'm saying. And it's funny, or like that's why I find it sort of interesting and stuff. I know I'm just sort of rambling right now, but with it being a Harley-centric movie, it sort of the movie definitely suffers, because it's like we don't have as much time or as much sort of importance to put to bring in or show significance to the other characters as I would personally like, because I felt like I got to the end and I'm like, I sort of know these characters, but like I don't fully know them. Like I don't feel fully committed to these characters, to the other 3 or like 4 like female characters on screen. I don't feel that. I know a bunch about Harley Quinn, but I don't know anything about the other guys, like, or the other girls or whatever. Like I'm sorry, I don't. And that's probably the biggest con of that movie, this movie itself, is that it has this DC, like that's probably the biggest problem of the film, is that it's the DC cinematic universe versus just making a good movie. And that's probably the biggest problem there, is that give and take, is that like you're trying to continue a bigger storyline and everything with this movie, but at the same time you have to make a good movie as well. And I've sort of talked about that with other movies and stuff as well, as that sort of that push and pull and everything. It's like the Star Wars review and everything. So yeah. Another thing, too many freaking fight scenes. I am sorry. I don't mean to like step on anybody's toes here, but last time I checked, this ain't John Wick. Like this is not John Wick. There can't be a Keanu Reeves fight scene every 5 fucking minutes. Like I'm sorry. Excuse my French, or excuse my language. But there cannot be a fight scene like every 5 minutes. Like I'm sorry, but like that's what makes this story really bad, is that it's strung up by fight scenes. Like you could have, if you cut one of the fight scenes or changed up one of the fight scenes and showed another character in the Birds of Prey trio doing something or being somehow sort of a bit more valued as a character compared to giving it to Harley Quinn, I think it would have made it a better movie and stuff, because it's like, yo, like that's the thing that frustrates me, is it's like, yo, this is like, I like these fight scenes. They're really cool. They're really visual and stuff, but we don't need there's at least 3 to 6 different fight scenes, and it's like, cool, but like, this isn't helping the plot move forward. This isn't helping the characters move forward and stuff. This is just showing us that there could be really cool fight scenes in DC, and we all know that you can make really cool fights. Let's move forward to our last topic here, why it failed at box office. And when I say I don't want to say failed because I don't think it failed. It just it didn't do as big as expected at box office. And I think there's like a whole sort of stigma around. There's a whole stigma around around superhero movies doing better than actual just regular movies or other movies that are on other topics. And so here's why I think it didn't do as well as expected. Main reason here, marketing. Yes, a lot of people could say it's because of the popularity of the characters. And I get that, 100%. I agree with it like that. The characters in this film are not as popular as a Batman or a Joker or whatever. And this being a standalone film, I think that's a reason why this, it doesn't have as much popularity value. But I mainly put this on the marketing. Because the marketing, I think, really failed this movie. And why I say this and stuff is the trailer itself legit showed the whole entire movie. If you go watch the movie. If you've watched the movie, go watch the trailer. And then tell me it doesn't show the majority of the movie. 70 to 80% of the movie. Tell me that by watching the trailer, you can't map out what's going to happen in this movie just based off of every scene and everything. Because, I remember watching the trailer, and then I went to go watch the movie, and then by the end of it, I'm just like, I know what's going to happen next. I know, okay, I know in this last scene, where there's going to be a whole fight sequence at the end of it, then there's going to be some confrontation. That's the problem with the marketing, is that, I think if they didn't show as much, or if they sort of maybe showed probably maybe half of that trailer, just to give you a bit of a taste of, okay, this is going to be about a kid who stole, or a kid, and it has to do with Black Mask, it has to do with, somehow Huntress and them are tied into it and stuff. If they actually just showed maybe the first half of the trailer, then maybe it wouldn't be as bad. It probably would have been a better trailer as well. And I think that's a problem with trailers today and everything, is that they can't give away a lot of that movie, or a lot of the movie and everything. That's why I haven't watched the Black Widow trailer. That's why I don't know if I'm going to watch the Eternals trailer. Because I feel like I just don't want too much of the movie being given away. And everything. And I think that's really why this is probably the main reason why this movie failed. It's because the marketing campaign, although it was good, and although it was sort of little, and I didn't really see a lot of it on paper and everything, the trailer itself was probably the main reason why it didn't do as well. Because it showed so much months before the movie. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Birds of Prey. I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just felt like maybe there were little improvements to help make this movie better. Besides that though, feel free to let me know your thoughts about the movie down below in the pinned comment. And if you haven't, feel free to let me know why you haven't seen it, or are you going to see it, and how are you going to see it. And yeah, besides that though, feel free to do all the typical YouTube stuff like the liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And check out the comic of the week also down below in the description. It's going to be The Curse of the White Knight, issue number 4. I am loving this series. I literally am. I think it's so great. I'm so excited too, because last night I found out that McFarlane Toys, who's doing a lot of the DC action figures and stuff, they're releasing a White Knight, or Batman White Knight, figures and stuff. They have an Azrael, they have a Joker, they have a Batman, and your boy is freaking out now. I'm like, oh my god, what the heck? I gotta pre-order these yesterday. I'm so excited for it. But yeah, besides that though, feel free to do the typical YouTube stuff like the liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Hit that post notification bell if that's something that you are into. And thanks so much for watching. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I meant to say this at the beginning of the video. But I just got I sort of got a promotion at work, and that's sort of been taking a bit of sort of time and adjustment, and that's why I haven't been posting as much. So yeah, besides that though, thanks so much for watching. Bye!